Hey everyone, we're going to sketch a graph of this polynomial. Let's fill out some information. First of all, since this is not in standard form, our degree is going to be 3. You just add those multiplicities here. So n equals 3, which is an odd number. Also, our lead coefficient is positive. We'll get back to this in just a minute. Now, our y-intercept is when x is 0. So that equals 0. And our zeros is when y is 0. So you have a 0 here and 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. So we have 0, 0. That's multiplicity of 1. And 7, comma 0 with multiplicity equals 2. So the maximum turning points has to do with our degree. So degree is 3. We have at most 3 minus 1 or 2 turning points. The intervals where our graph is negative and positive we'll do after we graph when we're going to look at it. So now we're going to go back to our M behavior because we have to know that before we start graphing. So just remember your degree is odd and your lead coefficient is positive. So that puts us in this area right in here. All right, it resembles the comparison would be y equals x cubed. So if we do that, here we have it. All right, so that means when you're graphing from left to right, we're going to start in quadrant 3 and end in quadrant 1. Therefore, this is what it means: is x gets larger from 0, so does our y. Gets larger. That puts us in this little box area. That puts us in quadrant 1. Okay, and from 0, as our x gets smaller and smaller from 0, so does our y. And that kind of puts us, this part of the graph here, in quadrant 3. So that's all that means there. So we know we're starting in quadrant 3 and ending in quadrant 1. Now let's graph our zeros. So we have x and y intercept at 0, 0, and at 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Now, we're not going to worry about min and max here because that's not what this video is about. So I have other videos regarding that if you want to do that. But let's go here. So we're going to 0. So at 0, that has a multiplicity of 1. So that means I can cross. And somewhere in this area here, we're going to come back down to 7. Now at 7, and like I said, we're not going to worry about that. At 7, I have a multiplicity of 2, which even, that means I can't cross. It means I have to come back and turn back up. So that satisfies our M behavior. Here, we started in quadrant 3 and ended in quadrant 1. The last thing we need to do is look at the graph. We have y equals 0. So when y is greater than 0, means above the y equals 0, we want to look at what is y below the 0. So when f of x is positive, we are right in here. This is where the graph's above that. So that's 0 to infinity. And where is our graph below the y equals 0? Where's it negative? Well, it's negative right in here. So that would be negative infinity to 0. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.